Hello guys and welcome to another Tokyo Revengers video. And in this video I will be talking about the new spin-off manga series, Letter from Keisuke Baji. And this spin-off manga series is supervised by the author of Tokyo Revengers, and this manga is showing us the untold story of Baji and Chifuyu. And this video will be a chapter review for chapter 16 of Letter from Keisuke Baji. And this chapter is the fourth chapter of volume 2. And this chapter basically just serves to show us the beginning of this new gang war, and this chapter was also giving us some hints about the matchups that will take place in the future. And this chapter is basically just a setup chapter, and this chapter was meant to build up the conflict that will take place between the Yotsuya Kaidan gang and the 1st Division of Toman. And this battle will also show us the very first time that Chifuyu will fight as a member of the 1st Division of Toman, and in this chapter we can tell that Chifuyu is very excited to fight alongside Baji for the very first time. And in the last chapter we got to see a backstory that showed us the history of the Yotsuya Kaidan gang and the 1st Division of Toman, and this backstory also showed us the story of how Ryusei became a member of the Tokyo Manji gang. And this chapter transitions back to the current timeline, and in these next few chapters the author will be showing us this new gang war. And we know that the objective of Baji and Chifuyu is to save Ryusei from the Yotsuya Kaidan gang, and in this gang war the 1st Division of Toman will be trying to bring Ryusei back to the Tokyo Manji gang. Anyway guys, before I get into this video guys, please like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more Tokyo Revengers videos. So let's get into the video now. So in the last chapter we got to see the backstory of Ryusei Sato, and we also got to learn the story of how Ryusei joined Toman. And the last chapter ended by showing us that the Yotsuya Kaidan gang members are getting ready to go to war with the Tokyo Manji gang, and all the members of the 1st Division started entering the battlefield, and in this moment these two gangs were facing off with each other. And this chapter begins with showing us that Cho is wondering why Ryusei decided to betray Toman. And Cho just said, "I couldn't believe this until I saw it with my own eyes. What the hell happened with Ryusei?" And Chifuyu told Cho to not even bother with thinking about this, and Chifuyu also said that Ryusei has been making him very angry. And then Chifuyu said that if they fight each other and give it their all, then all of their problems will be solved. And in this scene one of the Toman members started wondering what Chifuyu is talking about, and another Toman member said that Chifuyu is excited for his first big battle. And in this moment we also saw that Baji was nodding in approval of Chifuyu's enthusiasm. And then we see that Kojiro started speaking to the Toman members, and he asked them what is going on. And Kojiro said that he brought all of his gang members here, and he also said that he made sure to pick a secluded spot so that their battle wouldn't be interrupted. And then Kojiro asked them why they didn't bring the other divisions. And in this moment Kojiro started smiling at Baji, and then Kojiro started mocking Baji by telling him that he is very unpopular. However, Chifuyu just responded to this by telling the Yotsuya Kaidan gang that they are enough on their own. And Chifuyu said that they have no intention of losing, and then Chifuyu told Kojiro that they better brace themselves because they are coming for him. And in this moment we saw that Baji reacted to this by having a smile on his face. And then Baji asked Kojiro what is up with him, and Kojiro just responded to this by saying that it does not matter. And then Kojiro told Baji that it has been a year since they first clashed with each other, and Kojiro also said that he is the only person who could have made his gang this big. And then Kojiro told Baji that there is a world of difference between them. And in this moment I think that Baji was asking Kojiro about the president of the Yotsuya Kaidan gang, and the reason why I say this is because after Baji asked Kojiro this question Kojiro told Baji that he is the person who made his gang this big. And the other reason why I say this is because we still have not been introduced to the president of the Yotsuya Kaidan gang, and the most high-ranking members that we know of are Ryusei and Kojiro. Anyway guys, in the next scene Kojiro told Baji that 100 versus 20 will be a straight-up massacre, and Kojiro also told Baji that he should just get on his knees already. However, Baji just replied to this by saying that he should address him as his senior, and while he was saying this he had a smile on his face. And then Baji told Kojiro to remember that he is younger than him, and Baji also said that he doesn't have time for pointless small talk. And Baji said that if they want to play the vertical society game, then they will have to learn the hard way, and Baji also said that they are going to give them a lesson that they will never forget. And while he was saying this we saw that Baji was cracking his knuckles, and in this moment all the Toman members were preparing for battle. And then in the next scene we saw that all of the gang members started charging at each other, and in this page we got to see a close-up face shot of Baji, Ryusei, Chifuyu, and Kojiro. And then Baji started yelling at the Toman members, and Baji told them that they will do this. And then in the next scene we get to see a full page spread, and in this illustration we see that both of the gangs are charging at each other. And this illustration is also a parallel to all the other major battles that we have seen in the story of Tokyo Revengers, and the reason why I say this is because in all of the other major battles, the author always shows us an illustration where both of the gangs are charging at each other, and these illustrations are meant to show us the beginning of this battle. And then in the next scene we see that all the Toman members started fighting against their opponents, and we also saw that Chifuyu knocked out a gang member by kicking him in the face. And in this scene we also got to see the reaction of Kojiro, and Kojiro was just laughing while watching the chaos unfold. And Kojiro said that the Toman members are crazy, and he also said that they are asking for a beatdown that they can't handle, and in this moment Kojiro said that the Toman members are goddamn losers. However, Ryusei just responded to this by saying, no, and then Ryusei told Kojiro that the Toman members really think that they can win this battle. And then Ryusei told Kojiro that their opponents are a part of the first division of Toman. And while Ryusei was saying this we saw that Baji was fighting against the Yotsuya Kaidan gang, and in this moment Baji knocked out 3 gang members by hitting them in the face with a punch from his left fist. And we also saw that Kojiro reacted to this by having a surprised reaction. And then in the next panel we see that Baji just got done defeating many members of the Yotsuya Kaidan gang, and in this moment we see that their bodies are all laying down on the floor next to Baji's feet. And in this moment Ryusei was telling Kojiro that the first division members also have Baji on their side. And in this scene we also got to see the reaction of the Toman members, and we saw that they were very impressed by the fact that Baji was able to defeat over 3 gang members all by himself, and we also saw that Baji was boosting their morale. And then we see that Kojiro started smiling, and Kojiro said that this is getting interesting, and Kojiro also started telling Baji that he will be waiting inside of the building. And then Kojiro told Baji that if he can make it inside, then he will deal with him personally. And Baji just responded to this by telling Kojiro to bring it on, and while he was saying this he had a smile on his face. And in this moment we also got to see the reaction of Chifuyu, and Chifuyu just said, yeah bitch, Baji is the man. And in this moment Kojiro was just walking away from the battlefield. And then we see that Chifuyu suddenly noticed Ryusei, and in this moment Ryusei started turning around to face Chifuyu, and in this scene Ryusei and Chifuyu were just staring at each other. And then on the last page of this chapter, we see that Chifuyu suddenly started charging at Ryusei, and in this moment Chifuyu was thinking to himself that Ryusei will be his opponent. And this page was showing us that Chifuyu is determined to fight against Ryusei, and this chapter was meant to give us the build-up to their epic battle. And this scene was also showing us that a massive battle between Ryusei and Chifuyu is about to begin, and in this battle I think that Chifuyu is going to try to bring Ryusei back to the Tokyo Manji gang. Anyway guys, this is where this chapter ends, and this is the end of this video. Anyway guys, if you guys enjoyed this video, and want to see more like it then like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you for watching.